So a phenomenal inning by Rishabh Pant at the crucial juncture of the match. And to analyze this, I'm joined by DD India's senior sports correspondent Tapas Bhattacharya. Tapas, a fantastic inning here by Rishabh Pant, an emotional century, and comes after more than 600 days on his return to the Test arena. How significant is Rishabh Pant's ability to adapt his natural aggressive style to a more restrained approach in the challenging situation? Can this be considered as a hallmark of a matured Test cricketer?
Oh yes, without an iota of doubt, Narayan. In fact, more than 2 years, 637 days to be precise, and the way he has shaped this particular innings, there was a bit of a wobble at the start of the second innings, but the way he maturely handled the scenario, it was required that he stayed on the pitch, he stayed on the crease. He is a natural stroke maker. We have seen in the T20 World Cup, we have seen in the matches also that if he stays on the pitch, the runs will come. He has an uncanny ability to score runs even of good balls, and that's exactly what happened. He showed that maturity coming into Test cricket. It's not easy. You have to adapt, and that's exactly what he did. You were bang on right. This is one of the most crucial innings, considering the fact that India wanted to score quick runs to set up the target for the fourth innings for Bangladesh to chase, and that's one of the reasons why you will say that this particular innings is so important. Given the fact that we have seen how one career-threatening injury accident that actually almost finished off his career, but coming from there, from almost everyone probably at that time written him off that he might not even work, but from there coming into the Indian team, and remember there is a lot of competition in this particular Indian lineup, making sure that he plays in the playing 11, from making sure that India wins the T20 World Cup, from there to this particular Test match. You mentioned 2 years, 637 days he had to wait to make his return, and what a way to equal Mahendra Singh Dhoni's record. He has 6 centuries. MS Dhoni has. He has done the same, and we believe that this is just the start. We will see many more swashbuckling innings, sensational innings coming from Rishabh Pant in days to come. But as you said, this is a huge moment for India and for Rishabh.
True, Tapas. Tapas, if we talk about the Rishabh Pant as a character, in December 2022, he met a fatal accident, and after that he made a comeback, and he also helped India to win a T20 World Cup. He also played IPL. So here again he is in the Test arena. We know that it is the toughest arena to test the skills of the batsman. So how you look the character of Rishabh Pant after a fatal accident, making a comeback here, winning a T20 World Cup after a comeback, playing IPL, and again on his return in the Test arena to making a century? How you define the character of Rishabh Pant, and what sets him apart?
Yes, I have to tell you this, Narayan, that a person's character is best understood the way he conduct himself. There's an old saying in English, when the going gets tough, the tough gets going. That's something that we have seen. When you written him off, when everybody thought that his career is over, there were a lot of talk that who will be the next wicketkeeper batsman that India has, who can fill in the huge void that MS Dhoni left. He came back and he showed that you can't write him off, at least yet. The way he played those shots, the sixes, the fours, he actually has the ability to destroy a bowler's confidence, a morale, and that's exactly what happened. As I was saying, there was a bit of a wobble at the start when it was 2 for 28 when and from then on was and even when Virat Kohli went for 3 for 67, from then it was a Rishabh Pant show all throughout, and he calmed the nerves at the other end for Shubman Gill, who took his time to build his innings, but here Rishabh Pant just went about his job and made sure that India has a quite a good lead at the start, and that's something, his innings along with Shuman's innings put India in the driver's seat very much in this innings, in this particular test match. India has the driving seat. India has the potential to wrap up the match by tomorrow. The score is already Bangladesh need 357 runs to win. So in that sense, Bangladesh are struggling. They are 4 wickets down already. So we will say that India is in a great position to wrap up this match, this test match by tomorrow.
True.
And a lot of credit for that goes to the way Mr. Rishabh Pant played the innings.
True, as you mentioned that India is in driver's seat and in cruise control in this match. Tapas, but one last question that is very important. In the past, there was an assumption that this Indian team in the home condition is always dependent on the spinning tracks and as well as their spinners. And in the past also, we witnessed that whenever there is a spinning track, India just thrashing their opponents and deploying their spinners, Jadeja from one side and Ashwin from the one side. But this time around, the kind of performance they delivered with their pacers, especially the way Bumrah and Siraj came and the way Akashdeep came. So against a quality pace attack to that too.
Yeah.
So do you think they had just proved that assumption wrong here?
Oh, without an iota of doubt, and Ryan, you have to understand that gone are those days when India used to have spinners and used to bowl on those rank turner. Those days are well and truly gone. We have some of India's, world's best pace bowler currently. We have Jasprit Bumrah. I mean, currently at the moment, he is India, not just India's, world's best fast bowler. He has, the way he can swing the ball, he can, seam the ball. That's actually stupendous. So, out, and that's something we saw in the first innings, the way he picked up those 4 wickets. Again, you have to give credit to Mohammad Shiraz. He didn't let his guard down. And there are a lot of question mark whether he can play in this particular team. But again, he showed that he's a very uncanny character. He comes across as someone who doesn't bowl that fast, but off the pitch he's quite nippy, and that's something that works in his advantage. And we have to give credit where it is due. Akashdeep, the way he got those 2 crucial wicket of Bangladeshi players. They were at one point of time, he was on a hat-trick, back-to-back wickets Akashdeep had of Zakir Hussain and Mominul Haq. Those 2 wickets and taking the middle stump, cracking the middle stump is no mean feat. So India's striker of pacer at this particular ground, at this particular pitch, actually set the stage for India's batsmen to build on. The ball was seaming, the pitch was behaving little on seaming and swinging the ball, but it is how you ball at that particular arena. In the first innings, India managed to go over 300-run mark because of the way Indian batsmen played. Indian bowlers showed that why they are considered one of the most potent attacks, not just in the subcontinent but around the globe, and the way they bowled against Bangladesh in the first inning. So huge credit to them. Obviously, you have Ravindra Jadeja, you have R. Ashwin, who have shown day in, day out in the last decade or so why they are considered the 2 of the best spinners in the world. But coming back for the Pacers, they have also shown that they are not to be left behind, even in Indian condition. Even though the pitch was assisting them, but they kept their line and length absolutely spot on. That's actually rewarded them. So for India, and Narayan, I just wanted to put another point here. You mentioned the fact that there's the general belief that Indian spinners rule the roost in Indian subcontinent. What about, when we go out, when we go to, let's say, England, when we go to South Africa, don't their pacer rule the rules there? What happens to their spinners there? They don't put their spinners in the first day of the play. So they also play to their advantage. So it's a very funny way of how international cricket works. If Indian pitchers start spinning from day one, they term it as spin-friendly pitches to help assist the pace spinners back in India. But if the pitch assists the pacers from day one till day four, then it is they will not say anything. So it's a bit of a dichotomy, isn't it?
Definitely, Tapas, as you mentioned, that whenever Indian team is going there in Australia, they are getting the bouncy and the juicy pitches, and the beamers are there for them. But Indian team, one thing is that they never complained about the situation. Thanks, Tapas, for giving a very wonderful perspective of this match, and also on the Rishabh Pant. And India is on an unbeaten streak of the 17 home test series, and this will be 18th, and India is at the top, and the Australia is at the number 2. If we talk about the home series win, that is 10. So India is in a great form. Hopefully the team will convert it to 18 also.
India, Narayan, do you think we will have another India versus Australia in Lords as the World Test Championship final?
Definitely, we are hoping that right now India is at the top of the table, and the kind of cricket India is playing, we are hoping India will be there. Thanks, Tapas, for joining us, giving a perspective of this important match.